Hi, I'm Devi Georg. Today I'm going to be showing you Kapalabhati, Ujjayi, and we're going to be going over the Bandhas. Kapalabhati and Ujjayi are both pranayamas. That means control or mastery of the subtle energy, the prana of the body. I love Kapalabhati. It's a shak karma as well as a pranayama, so it's a cleansing practice as well as a breathing practice. It helps tone the pelvic floor, the abdomen, the diaphragm, cleans out the lungs, increases lung capacity, cleans out the sinuses. So if you've got allergies, it's a wonderful practice for you to do. If you've got asthma that's under control, also a wonderful practice for you to do as it increases lung capacity. It also, as a subtle effect, is a third eye cleanser. That means that it'll aid in your visualization when you meditate. So I really love doing this before I meditate. In fact, I love doing this practice so much, I'll just sit there and do it for like 30 minutes to an hour. Another benefit of Kapalabhati is that it aids in weight loss. So recent studies have actually found that those extra pounds that we lose, the fat cells are actually exhaled out of the body. So I just love it when modern science backs up millennia-old Hatha Yoga texts. I think it's wonderful. So getting into the practice, for beginners, you're going to take your dominant hand, so I'm right-handed, my right palm is up. I'm going to place my left hand over the belly button, nice and low, and I'm just going to focus on my breathing. So as I inhale, my belly pushes my hand out. As I exhale, my belly moves inward, my hand moves in with it. So taking a few deep breaths, and exaggerate this movement. Inhale, belly goes out. Exhale, belly goes in. When we do Kapalabhati, what we want to do is we want to exaggerate and focus primarily on the exhalation. So when we breathe normally, what we're doing, the emphasis of the breath is usually on the inhalation. We inhale, and then the exhale is passive. It's just a reaction to the inhalation. What we want to do is we want to reverse that. So we're focusing on the exhalation, forcing the inhalation to become passive. It takes some getting used to. It took me a good year of doing this practice before I really was doing it with ease. So be patient and just, of course, it's yoga, it's a practice. So we're going to focus on the practice. My dominant hand is turned up. Non-dominant hand is over the belly button. I'm going to start with an exhalation. So taking a deep breath, I exhale, belly moves in, and then I begin exhaling. So we increase that exhalation. Exhale, 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 allowing the inhalation to become passive. It's a lot easier if you start with an exhale because your body is that much more ready for the passive inhalation. Take your time and work on it. So moving on to Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi literally means victorious breath. It is basically just an engaging through the glottis. So you kind of want to try and sound like Darth Vader, how he breathes. This is a very popular practice in the Ashtanga as taught by Pattabhi Jois. In my lineage, we do not do this with asana. It's just straight up pranayama. The beautiful part of this practice is that it aids in concentration. So Kapalabhati, meaning shining skull, it's that third eye cleanser. It aids in your visualization. Ujjayi aids in concentration. You combine the two together, it's a fantastic preparation for Trataka, which is a meditation where you focus on an image. You can use a candle flame is usually the most common, or a picture of a saint or a god or a flower, whatever. You keep your eyes open, you stare at that image for an extended period of time, then you close your eyes, and you visualize it at the third eye, concentrating all of your awareness on it. It takes quite a bit of practice. The first meditation I ever did was Trataka when I was about 9 years old. I tried. I wasn't exactly successful, but I tried. Had I known about Kapalabhati and Ujjayi breath, it would have been a lot easier. So uh, moving on to Ujjayi, so engaging the glottis, trying to sound like Darth Vader. It's a very straightforward breathing practice. Here's the deal though, a lot of times people try a little too hard. They're straining in it. They're trying to make the breath louder, more, just louder, more menacing, more throaty. Don't do that. You never want to strain when you're doing any type of pranayama. You can't muscle or force subtle energy. It doesn't work that way. You have to be very relaxed. It's kind of like trying to force yourself to meditate. You're not going to be successful. You got to relax, let it happen. No straining. In fact, some schools of yoga will actually say that if you can hear a person practicing Ujjayi or Kapalabhati, they're not doing it right. That also is like another extreme. So find what works for you, and again, try and stay as relaxed as possible. It's just like doing your asana. You want to be relaxed in the asanas. You want to be relaxed in your pranayamas as well. So moving on from there, I want to get into the bandhas. So normally when we practice, we do our shak karmas first, your cleansing practices, which you can do your Kapalabhati before your asana practice because it's a cleansing practice. You do your asana, your exercise, your shavasana to ground out all the extra energy, then your pranayama, then your meditation. That's usually the traditional order of a full practice. When we're doing our pranayamas, when we're doing breath retentions, you may hold the breath, you're going to engage the bandhas. Mula bandha, the root lock, Uddiyana bandha, the flying upwards lock, and Jalandhara bandha, the throat lock. For years, when I first started practicing yoga, all my teachers were women, and they were telling me to squeeze my anus, to engage my perineum, to do a kegel, and they were all wrong. I'm in class, I'm like puckering up my butt, trying to make a diamond in there, engaging my perineum, and nothing's happening. I'm doing like kegels, which, it's great, but it's not Mula bandha. Mula bandha for women, not for men. I do not have the necessary equipment to teach men how to do Mula bandha. For women, Mula bandha is at the top of the vaginal canal at the cervix. So it should feel as though you engage the muscles surrounding the cervix, and it should almost feel as though you're lengthening the vaginal canal. As you do that, very subtle, no straining, you're not trying to break anything off with your pink bits, you can begin to engage Uddiyana bandha. So Uddiyana bandha for me, I'll lift my shirt so you can see. So there's my belly button. A little bit lower, you can see this little divot right there, about 2 inches below the navel. That's Uddiyana bandha. I'm engaging it right now with Mula bandha. So I'm engaging my Mula bandha, lengthening the vaginal canal. I engage these muscles low in the belly, and Mula bandha, Uddiyana kind of hooks into Mula bandha, and you get this upwards moving sensation. It's very subtle, it's very light. Again, no straining. I've seen videos, I've seen articles telling people that Uddiyana bandha is when you exhale completely and you pull all the muscles in and you hollow out your abdomen completely. That's not Uddiyana bandha. That's a preparation for Natalie, the stomach churning. Again, when it comes to pranayama, it's subtle. You cannot muscle, you cannot force. That is not how any of this works. Even with the asanas, if you're forcing it, you might have to force things in the beginning, because you're uncomfortable and it sucks and you're sweating and you're cursing and you're questioning why you bothered to show up to class today. That's okay. In the beginning, it's going to be a little rough, but you cannot force yourself into enlightenment. You can't fake it till you make it either, so you just got to do the practice. So, Uddiyana bandha, very subtle. Mula bandha, very subtle. And again, no strain. If you're an advanced practitioner, I suggest I like combining these three practices. So as I'm doing Kapalabhati, I also do Ujjayi, and at the top of the exhalation, I engage Mula Bandhas. So it sounds a little something like this. So start with the exhalation. Belly goes out as you inhale, exhale, belly goes in. Beginning. Engaging all three practices at the same time. So again, as I exhale in the Kapalabhati, engaging the Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Jalandhara Bandha, you can engage the tongue as well as the throat. You can drop your chin, which is one way of doing it. Another way is to just tuck your chin in and actually move your tongue to the roof of your mouth and slide it back. Should feel like an engaging very, very deep in the throat. There you have it. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha, Kapalabhati, and Ujjayi breathing. Thank you so much for watching. Om Shanti.